ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Raj, you are the monitor, Raj. Unmute yourself.
சார் நீங்க பண்ணுங்க சார், எனக்கு தெரியல, அது நீங்க பண்ணுங்க.
ராஜ், எனக்கு என்ன பண்ணணும்னு தெரியாது, எது கூப்பிட்டுருக்குறாங்கன்னு எனக்கும் தெரியாது. Deepika, what we are saying is, Rajkumar is saying, I don't know what we do. I'm saying, I also don't know why I'm here. So we both are in the same boat, I said.
Yes, we can take up any clarifications.
We have finished up to which chapter?
Chapter 5 is completed.
Chapter 5 complete. Okay.
Yes, Narayan. Go.
Hariom sir.
Yes, Narayanji.
Verse 29, chapter 5 talks about...
Verse 29, okay. Yes. Yes.
Verse 29, it talks about how consciousness is controlling and commanding the three states of consciousness.
Okay.
We generally understand this consciousness as a witnessing aspect or a enabling aspect or a enlivening aspect.
Yes.
Here the verse commentary talks very clearly about it control and commands the three states.
Okay.
If you can give us some understanding on what this control, which means regulate, or command, which means direct, means in context of the verse, sir.
Yes. Okay. I'm opening the book. Do you have the verse and the translation can be shared on the screen? The portal, I will not. By the time my book gets open, it takes 5 minutes. Read the verse and the translation. Just the Sanskrit verse mattum padingo and the translation.
I can share the screen.
Yes, Shailesh, share.
Somebody else is sharing this. Okay, Narayan is sharing.
Bhoktaram yajñatapasam sarvalokamaheshwaram suhritam sarvabhutanam jnatvam mam shanti mrichati. Having known me as the enjoyer of sacrifices and austerities, the Supreme Lord of all worlds, the friend of all beings, he attains peace.
Okay. The command and control is in the commentary. The self controls and commands all states of consciousness. It is therefore the Supreme Lord of all the worlds. Okay. That's a clarification, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, correct. Okay, the paragraph says, the self is also described as the Supreme Lord Maheshwara. Every person experiences three states of consciousness in life. the worlds of the waker, dreamer, and deep sleeper. The self is the pure consciousness which supports all three states. Without the self, the waker will not experience a waking world, neither will the dreamer and deep sleeper experience the respective worlds. The self controls and commands all states of consciousness. It is therefore the supreme lord of all the worlds. Okay. Now, what is the self controls and command means? Clear? In the explanation of Maheshwara, it comes. So command and control is an explanation of the word Maheshwara, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. So what is the Sarvaloka Maheshwara means? In that sense, the self commands all the controls and command. So if you understand what is the role of the Ishvara, then we understand Ishvara in Sanskrit is translated as self in English here. So it's one and the same. We are using Ishvara and self very synonymously. So Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, the self is also described as the Supreme Lord, Maheshwara. Now, what does the word Ishvara means? The word Ishvara means one who command in the sense of not giving an order, command in the sense of he will ensure that everything happen orderly. Again, command not in the English sense command. The English word command has a meaning. What is the English word command meaning? It's a direct command to a specific person, to a specific individual to do a specific thing in the general English sense. Now, when we say Ishvara command, now Ishvara's command is the very the Ishvara's command means ensuring that everything happens orderly. In that sense, it is command. In order to ensure that everything happens orderly, there is a controlling factor. So in that sense, the self is controlling and commanding. Maheshwara. So to understand it, go from the word Ishvara. What does the word Ishvara means? What is the role of Ishvara? The role of Ishvara, the role of, okay, what is the role of God? Commanding and commands and controls. It is more of a related function, command and control. A person to control should be able to command. The person who is commanding must be having control. So it's a very related function, this command and control. It is not two separate functions. It is two interlinked functions. In order to understand it, what is the role of the God? Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. You follow? In that sense, understand command and control. Command means ensuring that by creating the laws, he has given the command. The constitution is the command, no? For example, in a very relative sense, if you take constitution is the command for the country. So in that sense, command means one who has set the law. The way he set the law is the command. So the law that he has created is the command. What is the command? All three states of consciousness you have to go through: the waking, dream, deep sleep. And in the waking state itself, there is a law. In the dream state, there is a law. In the deep sleep state, there is a. So right through, there is there is a command as in the law. Now you should not bring in consciousness as the enlivener here for command and control. If you bring in the meaning of enlivener into command and control, it is lost completely. Again, you should not use, because for God we have various attributes. One attribute is enlivener. Another attribute is command and control. Bhoktaram yajñatapasam. He is the ultimate enjoyer. So there are various attributes that we give it to Ishvara. In the context of command and control, Maheshwara, it should not be mixed up with enlivening factor. Enlivening is commanding, enlivening is controlling. You should not say that. Because enlivening is a function which has no direct connection to what's happening. Enlivening is being a Sakshi. Sakshi means one who doesn't do anything at all, like a catalyst. So enlivener, so in the context of Maheshwara, the idea of Ishvara as enlivener should not be mixed up. So each and every word we use a specific function. So here command means the command presupposes a law. The command presupposes now. Enlivener will not give a law there. Whatsoever you do, I will enliven it. What is the command there? Whatsoever you do, I will enliven. Like screen. Whatsoever happens on the screen, I will support it. That is enlivener. There's no, the screen doesn't command anything. The screen doesn't control anything. It says, in my presence, everything will happen, but I have nothing to do with what's happening. If you take that enlivener as the thing, Bhoktaram will have no meaning, Yajñatapasam will have no meaning, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram will have no meaning. Because all this is saying there is something that is done. So Sarvaloka Maheshwara says something. Sarvaloka is the supreme lord of all the lokas. Meaning all the lokas work in sync. It is so orderly that you will never ever have a confusion of waking state and dream state. It is so clearly demarcated. In that sense, it is command. When you are there, you will be only there. There will not be overlapping. In that sense, there is the command. And control means what now? This is so making the law is the command. Ensuring the law continues to function is control. This is what command and control means. Otherwise, it can't be like Indian constitution. No, you make the law, but there's nobody following the law. What is the point of that? What is the point of that command there when there is no control? So one is to make the law, another is to ensure that the law functions. Maheshwara, the Lord of all worlds. Sarvaloka Maheshwara. Understand it in that sense. Don't understand it as enlivener. If you understand it as enlivener, then I am the enjoyer of sacrifices. I am the enjoyer of austerities, the friend of all beings. All these are me, he's saying. Now, what are the knowing me, you attain peace? How to read that verse? Having known me, he attains peace. Now, within brackets is the enjoyer of sacrifices and austerities, the Supreme Lord of all beings, the friend of all beings is within brackets. This is how we have to read. First reading, இப்படி படிக்கணும். Rajkumar. First level, எப்படி படிக்கணும்? இப்படி படிக்கணும். Having known me, he attains peace. That's all he's saying here. Now, who's this me? அதுக்கு 3 qualifications கொடுக்கிறார். What are the 3 qualifications? Enjoyer of sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all worlds, the friend of all beings. So these 3 are adjectives to me. Now these adjectives can be anything. But the verse is saying, having known me, you attain peace. That's all the verse is saying. And who's this me? Some adjectives are given here. For this me, some other verse will give some other adjective. Same me will be having some other adjectives will be given somewhere else. So command and the self controls and commands all states of consciousness means not as an enlivener, not as a witnesser, ensuring that everything happens. Ishvara means one who maintains the order is Ishvara. Ishvara means one who maintains the order. Maheshwara. Sarva Loka Maheshwara of all worlds. Typically, in a typical Advaitic Vedantic based of commentary right through, what will the Loka be interpreted as in a typical Advaitic commentary? Loka means the 3 worlds: waking, dream, deep sleep. That's a typical Advaitic school commentary of the Lokas. Before we come to that state, first we understand it, and then we understand how this commentary also fits. So I'm trying to explain how it fits in first. So what is the first saying? You know me, you attain peace. That's the verse is saying. Now, who's this me? How should I know you? Now he's saying, enjoyer of sacrifices, austerity, supreme lord of beings, the friend of all beings. Now, Arjuna will ask the same question in chapter 10. How will I know you? Vibhuti Yoga and Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga is giving a different meaning to that me there. So right through the book, if you see, he gives various meanings to the me. Various meanings to the me. Why? Because see, how much ever functions you bring into God, something is still missing. How much ever they bring in too many factors. You follow? Is it okay?
Followed, sir.
Yeah. So Lokamna, the 3 states of consciousness is the typical Advaitic Vedanta commentary. So Swamiji right through in the commentary will follow what style? He will say it as Vedanta. He will not say Advaita Vedanta. But it is the typical Advaita Vedanta commentary. Because Loka, there is the worlds. What are the worlds? Waking, dream, deep sleep are the worlds. Other than that, there is no world from that school of thought. So that meaning also that meaning will be brought in here. So in that sense, it is the self controls and commands states of consciousness. Yes. Good stop.
Any other clarification?
பரவாயில்ல. இங்க you are giving me 20 minutes to answer. நீங்க நம்ம வேதாந்தா இன்ஸ்டிடியூட் மெட்ராஸ் ஜிடி மாதிரி வைக்கணும். Why are you giving 20 minutes to answer? If the fellow doesn't know how to answer in 3-4 minutes, you should interfere and say, sir, ரொம்ப டைம் எடுத்துக்கிறேன்னு சொல்லணும். Yeah, I should stop. மிச்ச நாள்லாம் ஸ்டாப் பண்ணிடுங்க. 3-4 minutesனா anybody answering more than for 3-4 minutes and all should not be entertained. We follow that very strictly there. No time அந்த முடிக்கணும். 3-4 minutes it should be done. whatever be that answer doesn't matter. Finish it off fast. அவ்வளோ குறுக்கி சொல்லணும் அது. Give me that,
But this,
give me some leverage.
but this clarification was taken up almost for 2 classes. We are
Oh,
discussing.
okay. Good, very good. Start from which word is being, don't take that sentence out of context. Don't take that statement per se and start discussing it. Take it in the context of that controls and command is in the sense of Maheshwara. Then the thinking gets focused. If you take it out, if you take that statement per se and start analyzing, the Upanishads will come, Brahma Sutras will come, everything will come into the discussion. So stick to that. What is that word being used there?
சுவாமிஜியோட குரு பூர்ணிமா லெக்சரோட கிளாரிஃபிகேஷன் எடுத்துக்கலாமா? Sorry. Can we
Yes.
take up a clarification from Guru Purnima lecture which was screened in Music Academy?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we can take it up. All have seen that lectures, no? I'm assuming everybody would have seen that lecture.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm pasting it, sir.
Yes, Chalungu. Okay.
You can
Are
read
you
it
able to-
simultaneously. You can read it now.
I'll read. Sir, from Swamiji's Guru Purnima lecture on 9th July at Music Academy, example of the Calcutta businessman daughter. The man was a devotee of Swamiji.
Yes.
Swamiji was also concerned about the man's welfare.
Correct.
The man sought Swamiji's blessing on 2 instances. One for his daughter's wedding and one when the daughter was unhappy at the in-laws.
Correct. Yes.
So the man sought Swamiji's blessing on 2 instances.
Yes.
One for his daughter's wedding and one when the daughter was unhappy at the in-laws' place and returned to her father's home.
Yes.
Blessing is a power of thought.
Yes.
It is prayer,
Yes.
a powerful thought invested in someone's welfare.
Yes.
How blessing can manifest is adrishta.
Yes.
Blessing as in power of thought and not placing hand on the man's head. In the example, did Swamiji bless the man or not?
Yes.
And the second question is, if law of karma is everything, why is so much talk about the blessing and curse?
Yes.
In other words, one is blessed or cursed by one's own action.
Yes. Clarification. Tell Rajini that all this doesn't exist. A blessing and all don't work. Tell her that first. She only keeps saying bless. There is no blessing and all doesn't work. Tell her that first. Anything that comes from the Guru is blessing. There is all that comes out of the Guru is only blessing. That because nothing negative can come out of him. Even his anger is a blessing. Even if the Guru gets angry, that anger is your blessing. So there is no... So from the Guru, from the God, there is only one thing that we get all the time. What? Blessings. That blessings can be in many forms. That's all. Sometimes it will be sometimes it will be a word of anger. Sometimes it can be a word of appreciation. But nevertheless, whatsoever comes out of God, whatsoever comes out of Guru is blessings. That is one thing. Second, the law of karma that tells you that you are responsible for your result. The same law of karma tells you that somebody powerful can help you to handle that also. It's part of the same karma. It's all part of the same law. Again, I repeat. The law says, whatsoever you do, you are, whatsoever you do, you are responsible for it. That is not the complete law. That is, it's a comma you have to put there. It's not a full stop. If you take it as a full stop, then the power of sankalpa, prayer, blessings and all won't have any meaning at all. Then it means all that becomes superstitions. No. They are all not superstitions. They come under the same law of karma, which is as effective as the first one. Now how does it work then? How does it work then? The power of good can always triumph the power of negativity. So blessing is the power of good. That is why we say is blessing against the law of karma. For which the answer is blessing is the part of law of karma. Number 2, there cannot be a curse from the higher. The higher can never curse the lower. Like for example, take a simple example. I always give this example. See, there is one thing they talk about, Pitru dosha, isn't it? Pitru dosha they talk about. Will any parent get upset with the children not taking care of them? Will any parent get upset? 80-85% of the parents will not get upset at all when the children doesn't take care. Now, what is Pitru dosha means? It is not their curse. You not doing your duty is coming back to haunt you. Are you able to follow here? You not doing your duty comes back to haunt you. That is called Pitru dosha. So it means, now literally they say ancestors curse. Why will, when they are not cursing you when you are alive, why will they curse you after they die? Memory is gone, everything is gone. Why will they even curse you? So what is meant by curse? There is no, the higher will never curse the lower. The lower not doing their responsibilities and duties, not doing the duties and responsibilities bounces back as dosha, as pain. Now, we all need some relief from the pain. One relief from the pain that we can get is, I can build myself brick by brick by brick. Another kind of help is, as I am doing it brick by brick by brick, can there be any additional momentum that can make it comfortable for me? What we call as the tailwind. I am flying, I am running. It's not that I'm not doing anything. I am running. If there is a supporting factor that can push it, can it augment it faster? That is, the law of karma says augmentation is possible. How does augmentation happen? By blessing. Are you okay till now? Where comes the problem is, what you see as blessings or curse, the higher will not see. The higher will use their wisdom and bless you according to their wisdom, which may not be as blessing in my eyes. That's the only difference. I may see something as a blessing at my level. But then when the higher is blessing me, will they bless me according to what I want, or will they bless me according to what is the right thing for me? In the case of this example here, the man wanting something, not really knowing whether the marriage is going to be beneficial for the daughter or not. How we know? It is just the thing that having gotten into some age, you should get married. It is more of an it is more of an established practice than whether it is going to be good for the child or not. So, did Swamiji bless? These great men has no choice but to bless. They have no choice. For they can never ever curse. They can never ever get angry. They can never ever curse. Therefore, it is always blessing. Blessings according to their wisdom, not according to what I seek. Now, what in this example that he is saying is, you don't come and tell me what is good for you. You come and tell me, bless me. Whatever is good for you, I will make it happen. That's not the prayer. Are you able to understand the two different types of prayer? This businessman is coming and telling him that I know what is good for me, make it happen. For which the answer is no, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. What is good for you cannot be known to you. Therefore, what is the right way of approaching? What is the right way of approaching? The right way of approaching is whatsoever good has to happen, let it happen. Whatsoever is good for me, may it happen, and I don't know what is good for me. That in that way, blessings work. Are you able to follow? I cannot go to God and say, my daughter has to get married, bless. Just before the class, I was talking to one of the very close people that we know for a very long time. There are some issues in the family, and the person in the house declared that I am. Nowadays, they start declaring, no, I am. I don't know. What is it? Because you can't use the word gay and all now. You have to use an appropriate word. He declared, I am that. Now she's saying, it's bad, no. To which God I should pray and make him come back to normal? That's the question. What I am telling you now, I couldn't tell that mother at that point in time. Why? She is in distress so much to tell her, we really don't know what is good for the boy. So go to God and say, whatsoever good for the boy, let it happen. Pray like that, you should say. Then it works. I go with that conviction. I go with the understanding saying that, no, it is wrong. It should not happen. Make sure that it should not happen. That kind of prayer, that kind of blessing, God will not do. A guru will not do. Are you able to understand the difference? So, did Swamiji bless that man? Yes or no? From his angle, he says, I know only one thing, blessing. What else I can? What else I do? What else God can do other than blessing? At least Rakshasa has a choice to do good and bad. Sometimes human beings has a choice to be good and to be bad. Poor God, they can't do bad at all. For whatsoever looks like bad is good only. Same thing with the Guru. He didn't bless in the way that that man was asking for. In the way that he is asking for blessing, no. Blessings work, prayers work. It works. When it will work? Number one, I do my bit. Second is, if there is a force that can augment it and make it better for me, support me. So there I go and seek blessing as a support. Are you able to follow? Blessing is always sought as a support to augment the effort. That blessing will work. But we don't go and ask for a blessing like that. We go and ask blessing as a substitute for effort. That will not work. That is against the law of karma. Are you able to follow? Narayanji. So it works. It works. It is part of the law. What is part of the law? You do your effort and there can be a supporting factor to your effort. How? What is the proof of it? The proof of it is why generations after generations after generations, group of people making an effort to get enlightened, to keep this knowledge alive and pass it on to us. All this is a blessing, no? Isn't it the fact that they are standing there and teaching itself is blessing? What more blessing do we want from them? The fact that they are present is a blessing, and the fact that they are teaching is a blessing. In that way, their very presence and teaching is a blessing. That's why when we see them, we always prostrate to them. And when we prostrate, they bless. You know, when we prostrate, he will not say, I have nothing, I am a Sakshi, he will not say. If you go and prostrate, ideally, what should the Guru says? You prostrating makes no difference to me, for I am a Sakshi. Correct? No. No, it doesn't happen that way. There is the law. So it is, the blessing is part of the same law of karma. So blessing is not different from the law of karma. For law of karma has many shades to it. Your effort is one part of it, which is under your control. Therefore, that will be highlighted. Your effort is under your control, that will be highlighted. That doesn't take away the other aspect of the law. What is the other aspect of the law? Power of thought, power of sankalpa it is. It is the power of sankalpa. That's why we always go to the wise man and say, please take a sankalpa, no, it will work. Please take a sankalpa, it will work. So that's why we always go to them and say, make a sankalpa, make a sankalpa. If the wise man makes a sankalpa, it works. How it works, God only knows it works. Which is also part of the same, law. Meaning, the blessing will be done not according to my wisdom. The blessing will be done according to their wisdom. And their wisdom I have no access to. Therefore, I feel nothing is happening. Because I don't have access to their wisdom, because I don't have access to their way of functioning, I always come back thinking, it's not working, it's not working, it's not working. You understand the difference? Therefore, to answer that, did he help that man? Yes. Year after year, going and sitting in that person's house itself is a blessing. The fact that he's going there and sitting is a blessing. Obviously, it is adrishta, we don't know that. Second, now having a tough mother-in-law, is it a blessing or a curse? Who knows that? The answer is, I don't know, we should say. We can't say it's a blessing. At your level, you should not say it's a blessing. Neither you should say it's a curse. Because you really don't know whether it is a blessing or a curse. But all that you know is what? That's what you have. And that's what you have to deal with, and you deal with it appropriately, whatever the appropriate way of doing it is. And obviously, what is appropriate way of dealing with it? We have only one way of appropriate dealing with anything. What? Gratitude. Other than that, we have no other way of appropriately dealing with anybody. So it works. Prayer, blessing, Guru's blessing, God's blessing is not against the law of karma. It is part of the same law. Just as tailwind is part of the law, no. Actually speaking, tailwind should not exist at all. You should travel only according to the capacity of your engine only. But then it doesn't work like that. How much ever you put in effort, whether you like it or not, there is a tailwind and there is a headwind. And we want, what do we pray for? You always pray for the tailwind, not the headwind. Headwind, when you are cycling against the wind, it is very difficult. When you are cycling, pedaling, when it is against the wind, it is very difficult. And if there is one more person sitting, impossible to pedal. Most of the time, I still remember. My friends will tell me, "Dey, konja yarangi nadandu va," they will say. Get down and walk for a few meters. Still it, because it is too difficult. I am too tamasic, lazy to get down and walk. I will say, what, you don't have strength or what? How can you have strength? How much ever strength you have, how can you pedal against the wind? So whether we like it or not, there is the tailwind, there is the headwind, which is part of the same law. Similarly, effort is what you do. Headwind and tailwind is part of the same law of karma. So what do we want to do? We want to make sure that headwind doesn't come, tailwind comes. We pray to Ganesha for what? What is Ganesha's role here? Headwind or tailwind? What should Ganesha do? And the headwind, he has to remove all the headwind. Yeah. I was telling Ranjini this morning, the easiest god in the planet is Ganesha. Yeah, because he's the only god who doesn't put any conditions to anything. You can place him under a tree, he will not complain. He will not go for Agama Shastra buildings. He will not worry about what to do, what not to do. You can plant him anywhere, even in every street corner you can plant him. One god who doesn't have rules and regulations of worshipping him. Everything with Ganesha is so easy. Why everything about Ganesha is kept so easy? Headwind remove pandral has to be very easy. The one who's going to remove the headwind has to be very, very easy. Shiva will go and sit in Mount Kailash, Mansarovar. Unnecessarily, we want to go there, isn't it? He went and sat there. That's why I said Ganesha. If you are a worshipper of Ganesha, we will not have this problem at all. Why? Because you don't have to go there to see Ganesha. No, in a railway station there is Ganesha, isn't it? But you will never see a Krishna or a Rama or a Shiva in a railway station. Have you ever noticed it? Ganesh. நீங்க கட்டின ஹாஸ்பிட்டல்ஸ் எல்லாம் கூட Ganesha will be there, no? Isn't it? There will not be a Kali there. There will not be a Kali in the hospital. There will not. Why Ganesha everywhere? It's a beautiful understanding of life. What? Your effort plus headwind or tailwind. And what do we want? We want the tailwind and we don't want the headwind. You follow? So it's part of the same law it is. If you understand it like that, then you know how prayer and how blessing is part of the law of karma. The only understanding here, the only difference here is blessing will happen according to whose wisdom? Blessing will happen according to whose wisdom? For which the answer is blessing will be given according to the wisdom of the higher,
Right.
to which we have no access. Therefore, it may not look like blessing at all at times. Because according to us, blessings means what? According to us, blessing means not augmenting effort, substituting effort. Blessing is to ensure that effort gets supported. Therefore, effort plus blessings, tailwind. That's why when we did Isavasya Upanishad, I gave this formula. Effort, prayer before effort, or prayer after effort.
After.
After effort is very meaningful. Before effort, guide me that I should do my effort rightly. So effort, so law of karma says for result, there are two factors always. What are the two factors? One is your prayatna plus effort plus unknown factors. And we want those unknown factors to favor us. How we will not know how to make it favorable to us. We go and seek the blessings of the God, the Guru. And definitely they bless. Definitely they bless. And how they bless? All that, and to attract their blessing is very easy. I tell you, the easiest thing is to attract their blessings. And what is the only thing that I have to do to attract their blessing? At any given point in time, I should not justify my tamas. And to make mistakes, which is rajas, is all right. That's how you attract the blessings. Attracting the blessings is not difficult at all. That's why we say bhakti is so easy. You know, the support of God, to get the support of God is not at all difficult. And we can make it happen. How to make it happen? What if we do it will, what if we do it will be made possible? Number one, at any given point in time, justification of tamas. What is the justification of tamas? What is tamas? I am
Action.
right, everybody is wrong. Adan tamoguna. I am right, the other is wrong. Now help me. Now, that's what that man is coming and telling, no. That's always this example. What is that man saying? You follow? So to attract blessings is very easy. That's where the bhakti tradition, which has its own set of laws, says, you take one step towards God, God takes 10 steps towards you, they say. And it is the truth. It is the truth. He takes 10 steps towards you. But you must take that step. What is your step? Never justifying tamas. Falling down and making mistakes is not a problem at all. That doesn't make God angry. Again, I repeat, any number of times falling, making mistakes and all will not make God upset or angry to curse. What makes us not get the blessings? We have a block. We have an iron curtain preventing the blessings from reaching us. What is that iron curtain? Tamoguna, I said. What is that tamoguna? I know. The moment you say, I know, God withdraws the blessings. Ego always says, I know. I don't know how to make it happen. You make it happen for me. Correct? I know. I know. The mother-in-law dying is good for my daughter. That's what he's asking. No. What is that man asking? I know for the welfare of what is good for my daughter is the death of the mother-in-law. I know. Make it happen. That will not work. Are you able to follow? So where we become, where we ourselves make us unavailable for receiving the blessings is by taking the stance. That's why bhakti is such a bhakti. Without bhakti, we will never be able to receive the blessings of the God. Because it is bhakti that brings us that. It is bhakti that will make us to be humble. Are you able to follow? I've given this example. There are lots and lots of parables. One day, Rukmini was feeding Krishna lunch. As he was about to start eating, he got up and he ran towards the gate. Reached up to the gate, took a U-turn, came back and started eating. Because we have this culture, no, once you sit and do the achamana, and once you sit and do the prayer for the food, you will not get up. You should not, there is no getting up, self-service and all there. All that doesn't, you sit there, whatsoever. Remember Ramanashram, what I said? Narayanji. You sit there. They will come and whatsoever they put you today is what you are supposed to get. No second helping there. No second helping. I like it, give me more, the fellow will stare at you. Isn't it? They just go. Why? That's how it is. You follow. So, such a sanctity for that eating. Now, Krishna having did that prayer, he got up, which itself is very unusual. And he didn't do anything. Simply ran to the gate and came back. Rukmini said, how much of madness of yours I have to put up with? Every minute with you is unpredictable. Not knowing what you are going to do. Why did you do this? I said, no, my devotee was in trouble. He was saying, Krishna, Krishna, help me. I was rushing to help him. When I went by the gate, I saw him bending down and picking up a stone. I came back. They were hitting him with stones. He said, Krishna, Krishna. As a backup plan B, what he did? Supposing if Krishna comes late, what to do now? Take the stone and he said, when I saw him picking up the stone, I came back. Draupadi told Krishna, why did you come late? When I was being insulted, why did you come late? Krishna said, what? I was there right next. You didn't allow me to help you. That the moment you allowed me to help you, it comes. So it means what is in us that is preventing us from receiving the benefit? Tamoguna. What is the tamoguna? In this context, tamoguna means ignorance. See, tamoguna means ignorance. No. See, rajas is not ignorance. Rajas makes mistakes. Rajoguna is action. In action, you will make mistakes. Tamoguna is ignorance. What is ignorance? I know what is good for me. I know what is bad for me. I know what is good for my daughter. I know what is bad for my daughter. Now, prayer means whatever I think as good should happen to me. That prayer will not work. That prayer will not work. So what do? I know what effort I have to put. I will do my effort. What is good and bad for me, I don't know. Therefore, whatsoever is good for me, you bless me. God blesses you. That is tailwind. Supposing if you don't do that prayer, and supposing you don't do that prayer and you are doing the right thing, what will happen? The benefit will still come. The benefit will come to you. But that benefit will not have that flavor of the divine blessings. The benefit will still come. The benefit that we get should have the flavor of the blessings. That's why we call it as prasada. I should feel it as prasada. If I have done the effort and I got the result, only ego will get strengthened there. That's why in the modern day context, Karma Yoga, which will be ego fulfilling, will be appealing a lot. Advaita Vedanta, which is also ego fulfilling, will be appealing a lot. If you look at the way in which people are getting attracted, Karma Yoga will appeal to the ego a lot. Why? Because you do your effort. Uddared Atmana, everything is in your hands. You do it. The ego gets very, very enthused about it. It is very appealing. Another aspect, which is the other extreme. What is the other extreme? The Advaita philosophy, which is the Vedanta. That also appeals a lot. Why it appeals a lot? Because Advaita tells you there is nothing to be done. All that it needs to be known. Which is easy? Knowing is easy or doing is easy? Reading the cookbook is easy or lighting up the stove and cooking is easy? YouTube videos I have watched a lot, sir, about cooking. That is Advaita Vedanta. Nothing will come out of it. Are you able to follow? And people come and ask, because carefully follow. You do it, you will get it. Is Karma Yoga. That will be very ego fulfilling. The Jnana Yoga, the Advaita Vedanta will come and teach you what? There is no doing required. All that is required is knowing, understanding. For understanding to happen, a background is required, which is implied in those days. In those days, it is implied. What is the implication? If a person is asking a Vedantic question, it means the person has done all the background and has come and asking the question. Not like an intelligent query of what is happening in the modern day context. So these two people, these two schools of thought will miss the flavor of the divine. Now, when you miss the flavor of divine, you will never be inspired for union with the divine. How can you long for the union with the divine if you don't even have the flavor of divine? Clear? That's why tapas is falling very flat. In fact, there's no tapas at all, or even if at all there is any tapas, the results is not that much. Why? That longing for the longing for the divine, which itself is part of the same law. He says, no, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. It's part of the law, it is. Is God, is God enjoyer of sacrifices and austerity, Supreme Lord, or Sakshi? You should be able to say all put together and beyond both. You should be able to say. One school, no, God is a Sakshi. Then you know which school that person is coming from. You say, okay, very good. We'll prostrate to that person. The very fact that somebody says God is a Sakshi, we will prostrate. That's what the king Ajatashatru did. The Brahmana said, I will teach you Brahma Vidya, he said. The fact that you are telling me that you will teach me Brahma Vidya, I will give you 1,000 cows, he said. The king is an enlightened person. The one who's coming and telling the king that I will teach you Brahma Vidya is not at all, have no clue to what enlightenment is. And yet, the tradition was, anybody says Brahma Vidya, we will prostrate. We will not go into the merits of that person and all. We will prostrate. Because prostration is to the Brahma Vidya, not to that person. Brahma Vidya it is. Prostration is to Brahma Vidya. And that Brahma Vidya tells you what? It's knowing, understanding, doing is immaterial there. You can't do anything to become God. Karma Yoga says you can do something and become. Jnana Yoga says, Advaita Vedanta says, you can't do anything to become God. This is also very ego-fulfilling. This is also ego-fulfilling. Then where is the ego bending now? Where is the ego bending now? For the ego to bend, for the ego to bend, I should say, I don't know. And what is it that I don't know? What is good for me? What is good for me? What is bad for me? I don't know. I have duties and responsibilities, I know. Are you able to follow the difference? I have duties and responsibilities, I know. What is good and bad, I don't know. Therefore, to attract the divine blessings, what should I do now? What I know, I will be sincere to that. Sincere doesn't mean perfect doing. You will fall 100 times trying to do that. You will fall 1,000 times trying to do that. God says, don't worry, I will lift you up every time. Can you understand the connection now? Then it works. So bhakti is that which bows down. Bowing down in what angle you have to bow down? I don't know what is good for me. I don't know what is bad for me. That I don't know. That doesn't mean I don't know anything at all. Something I know. What is it that I know? I know my duties. I know my responsibilities. I know my dharma. All that I know. You will not wake up in the morning and ask, I don't know what to do. No. Will you say that? You wake up in the morning, you know what to do. What? Vriksha, brush. You know what to do. Yeah. That's why we have gods for everything, no? Yeah. Every time you change the clothing, you have to worship the, tree or god of Vriksha, tree. You know the god for clothing? There is a god for that also. Yeah. That's called Revati. So you pray. So when you change the clothes, you pray to Revati god. So when you brush your teeth, you pray to that Vriksha god. When you are bathing, when you are bathing, That is the abhishekam you are doing to the God inside of you. Yeah. And then when you use water to purify yourself, to cleaning, there is a prayer for that. Each and everything is divine. Now, unless we do all this and develop an affinity with divine, there can never be a longing for divine. The challenge is how to create a longing for divine. Now, when you are doing all this, from the angle of ignorance, it will look superstitious. From the angle of Advaita Vedanta, all this is dualistic practice. Again, I repeat, carefully follow. From the angle of ignorance, all this will look like superstition. What is Revati God? What is this God? What is that God? All this you have to do is take care of. We know what to do as soon as we wake up. So there I can never ask, I don't know what to do. So it means some part of it we know what to do, isn't it? Now to attract the blessings of the divine, to attract the divine help, to attract the blessings of the divine, what I should do? What I know I have to do. Sincerely. Sincere doing means you will fall 100 times. Doesn't matter. Where God's blessing, where you prevent the God's blessing from reaching you by saying, I know what is good for me. I know what is bad for me. Based on I know what is good for me and bad for me, you know this is what I want, this is what I don't want. You saying I want this, I don't want this presupposes a knowledge. What is it? What I want is good for me. What I don't want is bad for me. That area I bow down. I say, no, I don't know what is good and bad for me. You follow? Is it okay?
No.
நீங்கெல்லாம்
Yeah,
சாப்டர்
thank you,
6ல இருந்து நீங்கெல்லாம் சாப்டர் 6ல கண்டினியூ பண்ணுங்க. என்ன விட்டுருங்க. I'm saying
if it is possible, you can join next week also to give some introduction.
But that's what I said just now.
Okay.
I'll come next week.
Okay, right.
I'll come next week and we'll keep every chapter I will come. It's a practice. We follow every chapter I'll come. We'll do that. Seriya? Chapter 6 I'll give that basic structure and all that we'll do.
And also again some guidelines on how to write summary.
Yes, exactly. No, all that has to be repeated again and again and again. Two things has to be repeated again and again and again, and it's the responsibility of the entire group to ensure that it is adhered to. One is the time limit in answering. Second is the word sentence limitation in summary presentation.
Yes.
Both has to be clearly. It's a responsibility not of the monitor. It is a responsibility of the entire group to ensure that it doesn't do that. Now, we will keep every chapter when we begin, I'll come and reinforce it again and again and again. We will tend to miss it. Yeah, we will tend to miss it. And we will want to give one hour answer for one question. We know that. We will try to avoid that. Seriya? Yes.
Adiyo.
Adiyo.